Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone. You are listening to Crystal K of Innocence Innovations presenting the True Ascension series. Welcome to the show, everyone. Well, this site was created to bring forth vital information and practical source origins activations to assist humanity in ascension. Most of those messages that we bring forth had not actually been brought forth before and had not been revealed to humanity before. Innocence Innovations brings the true ascension messages to you through the acclaimed Visayan mystic Grandmaster Pyram Solom from Cebu City, the Philippines. He is the originator and founder of the Dugukan Arts System, comprising of Hilot, Healing Massage, Dugukan Martial Arts System, Dugukan Art of Life, 1 to 72, the Daystar Command Inner Core, Elemental Wave Association Incorporated. He is the emissary of Daystar Light, Daystar Command, revealing messages of Akadasta. That is the true name of Archangel Michael in supreme superlight nature. You may join us if you would email Adrian at innocence-innovations.com in order to participate in the forum.
Hello everyone, I'm back. This is Jan, and I'm glad to be here once again, and of course our main show, our GM Pyram Solom is here once again, once more. And guys, do not miss this opportunity to listen to him, because he was literally dragged out from heaven, not because he sinned against God, but because he has some very important mission for him to do on this plane of existence. So he took up this physical form just for you and me to be informed of what's really going on the true side of things. So guys, right now this is very interesting, because he's going to introduce another being, which is a very important being in all of our existence, and he's going to tell us about this being and what role this being has played in our existences since the beginning of everything.
All right. Hi, GM. Would you like to come forward and say hi to the listeners?
Yes. Okay. Hi to everyone. Update Crystal and Jan. Again, my warmest regards to all the friends, brothers, and sisters following the revelations of the angels of Supreme Light. So here once again with this radio show for release of the message from the angels of Supreme Light.
Oh. Isn't that wonderful, GM? It's so good to have you here with us, as always, to, imbue into the consciousness of listeners about the truth of Ascension. I have the first question for you, GM.
Yes.
What's the new message? What's the new message update of the angels of the Supreme Light these days?
Okay, because here in the country, from time to time, we have the activities of the angels, lightship contact and connection for activations of spiritual awareness. So the message update of Daystar Command is still inspiring the people to wake up their spiritual understanding to the significance of time now, and to achieve the best of soul realization by expanding inner awareness, by opening their psychic centers by way of the angels' released lightship contacts and connections through the Art of Life 172. Now, the Spirit expressly inspiring us to reveal this message of the angels of Supreme Light. So here now in this final messaging from the angels of supreme light. So we are carrying the message from the highest heavens. And with this message from the ultimate source through the angels of supreme light, will always coupled with actual lessons of inner awareness, the exercises of the art of life 172, the astral spiritual study, and many things that we are now going to unveil in this revelations of the angels of supreme light. But anyway,
Oh, Jim. Sorry. Yeah.
yes,
You going to say something, Jim?
Yeah.
Carry on.
okay. So, on the other hand, I am now also highlighting the message of the Holy Infinita, Divine Mother of all the mothers, or commonly described to be the Divine Feminine, for all her children now in the planet. Her message for her children to wake up now in spiritual wisdom, so to learn how to interpret the signs of times. I can say, based from their inspiration, it's the time to fulfill each one's noblest mission, which is to help and usher the ascension of life and nature of the planet into the supreme source of light by divine intervention of the angels of supreme light. Such in this way, all children of the Holy Feminine, the Holy Mother of all the mothers, can achieve the best of soul realization and will see how to really bring her light of love for all her children in the
Right.
planet. So that's why in this revelations of the angels of supreme light, we are carrying her message to be shared with all her children in the planet. So passing her message to invite all the people in earth in the actual exercise of the art of life 172, so that advanced awareness by the guidance of the angels of supreme light will be achieved. Then people will have easy realizations of the mystery of life. Now is the time to fulfill each one's noblest mission, which is to help usher the ascension of life and nature of the planet into the supreme source of light by divine interventions, as I said, of the angels of supreme light. Just in this way, all children of the Holy Feminine, or the Mother of all the mothers, the Infinite Goddess, all her children will achieve the highest soul realization and will see how to really bring her light of love, as I said, for all her children in the universe, especially in this earth. And all her children will realize how the true mothering of all life in this planet, we could say many will ascend to the supreme source of light.
Wow, we are so privileged to hear all this from you, GM, to be the first to hear all this. Last Thursday we had our Art of Life forum, didn't we, Jan? And GM then revealed to us that the Infinita Goddess appeared to him, and he brought all these messages to us on last Saturday's forum. It's so amazingly incredible, these messages. And you never fail to amaze us, GM, with new information every time. Who is the Holy Infinita Goddess, GM? Would you like to tell listeners more about the Divine Mother? And why are you bringing a message?
The Holy Infinita refers to the Holy Mother of all the mothers, the Divine Feminine. People from many different cultures in the world are calling her Divine Feminine. I am highlighting her message because she's inspiring me to tell her message now to the people. And she appeared to me many times. In fact, in our site, we are having activities of light-ship contacts and connections from time to time. The Divine Infinita, or the Divine Feminine, appeared by her light body together with the Supreme Master of Wisdom, the star by his Belhanrim light body. So I posted those photos in my page at Facebook. So those are the light bodies of the divine infinita or the holy feminine and the Belhanrim light body of Supreme Master of Wisdom, Akadastar. Then I had already explained what is Belhanrim light body, then as well as also the Munhanrim light body. Now I am highlighting the message of the Holy Mother of all the mothers, that she appeared to me many times, and she told me to tell her message for all her children to realize the truth and to come into the angel's lightship contact and connection, so they will never be misled on this crucial time of battle between good and evil. So people on earth, her children, will know where to achieve final ascension, where to get advanced connections for the final ascension into the ultimate source. Around the world are many people honoring the Holy Mother of all the mothers, while on the other hand, many also are despising her light because they don't know the Holy Mother of all the mothers. Nonetheless, for the believers having faith in their hearts to the Holy Mother of all the mothers, they choose to call her own names prescribed in their culture or on their chosen belief. Indeed, Holy Mother of all the mothers, inspiring her presence to everyone on earth, and that many believer here, physical manifestations, people having faith to the Holy Mother of all the mothers, that this Holy Mother of manifested in human form in the many histories of time in earth. So different names were given in honor for the real existence of the Holy Mother of all the mothers, the divine infinita. So this is the equilibrium when people are describing ultimate source as God. So this Holy Mother of all the mothers is the equilibrium of the God, Father God. So this is the divine feminine, really meant for light, the divine mother infinita. Then now the time has come for unveiling of her real super light nature for her children on earth to realize the truth that for all who deny her love and light will achieve her real light, that she is real, and of course that her light is the equilibrium of all life. The real Holy Mother of all the mothers, divine infinita, is super light and the equilibrium of what is being described by the people as the Father Almighty God. And again, for all her children to wake up in spiritual understanding and help arrange the site for the final unveiling of ultimate truth. That her light now is unveiling all together with the unveiling of the angels of supreme light.
What do you mean by help arrange the site or help arrange life that you had been talking about so often for the final unveiling of the presence of the angels of supreme light, GM?
Okay, there is a site where Supreme Master of Wisdom, Akadastar, told me, and divine infinita, as I said a while ago, appeared on her light body. This refers to the site for her children to unite themselves and witness the unveiling of ultimate source by the angels of supreme light or their command through the angels' lightship contacts and connection. So meaning in the site, people will see their presence in the skies and this presence in lightship forms, because in this phase of revelation, we are heeding the toughest part of unveiling of supreme light. So that's why there is a message now that divine Holy Mother of all the mothers telling me to help arrange the site for the final unveiling So her children will be united for the final unveiling, for the final revelations of ultimate truth. When I speak of ultimate revelations of truth, this will always circulate the revelations of the angels of supreme light. Because these angels of supreme light, the people aren't know yet will be well acquainted with this reality in life. Because ancient writers of histories or ancient writers describe these angels as clouds of fire, chariot of fire, or anything pertaining to light. They describe it into fire. So back to this site. This site is, again, is where to be done. The activations of advanced connections and the lightship initiations for all the children of light. So definitely in this side, the people that will come and would like to realize the truth so they can see the angels
Right.
light
Oh,
presence of this. The signs, they will appear, angels in the clouds. Even the coming of the Son of Man will be in the clouds of fire. So,
Wow.
just borrowed principle being used by believers of the Bible. That here now comes the time that the angels are coming. So, the true Christ also is coming because prophecies are fulfilling by this time. The appearance of the angels of supreme light in lightship forms are permanent in this site that we are talking now. And the people that will come and activate their advanced connections with the angels of supreme light through the Art of Life 172. The released lightship contacts and connections by Supreme Master of Wisdom, Akadastar, the latest released super light name of Christ, and at the same line with the super light nature of Archangel Michael. Atik?
GM, I've got a question.
Yes.
Now, could you differentiate between the divine infinite God and the divine infinita goddess? Because people are also in the Bible or in the book of Iransha, they mention that the Holy Spirit is also feminine in nature. So how do you differentiate between these different kinds of beings?
Okay, the infinite God, some people call the Father Almighty. So, the divine feminine is the balance of the infinite. The name itself, although generic Father, then divine feminine, is an expression of the greatest power of the universe, which is balance or the equilibrium. And then the infinite God, that refers to the masculine energy, wherein it is a devouring fire, super light. But then, the divine mother of all the mothers, the source of all wisdom, the source of immeasurable love, which is the mother of all the mothers, the divine infinita goddess. In short, the divine mother of all the mothers, or the holy infinita, is the equilibrium of infinite Almighty.
So,
Infinite
are
God.
they two different beings, or are they one of the same with different names?
It could be both, because they have different functions. The infinite Almighty is a kind of a devouring fire, wherein all carbon-based life foundation cannot sustain life when it comes to getting closer with the Supreme Infinite Almighty, or the Infinite God. But when it comes to the Infinita Mother, it is a source of life. It is the most powerful shielding, wherein people, when anchored with the light of the Mother of all the mothers, will be protected. So that's why for the final ascension of life into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light, all people must realize the source of life, which is realization of the light of the Holy Infinita, or the Divine Mother of all the mothers, the Divine Feminine, on her super light body. Because her super light body is not a devouring fire, but it will neutralize the devouring fire, so that a person that will be exposed to the super light nature of a devouring fire of the ultimate source, which is brighter than light of the sun, will not be burned. So that's why in these revelations of the angels of supreme light will go with the revelations of Holy Infinita, or the Divine Feminine, Mother of all the mothers. That's why her message now is to let the people activate their spiritual energy so that they will realize the true way of mothering all life in this planet. So it's very important, the connections of the Divine Infinita. That's why her message now to invite all the people to learn into the actual lightship contacts and connections released by Supreme Master of Wisdom Akara Star, super light name of Archangel Michael. Because these revelations guided and will be supported and implemented by the angels of Supreme Light. And with these revelations will always coming along the light of Holy Mother of all the mothers, the ultimate truth that I am now revealing in these revelations. The angels we call Desert Command and the Divine Infinita, where lives final ascension back to the ultimate source. Also, knowing positive realization, the highest power of the universe through the revelations of the angels of supreme light. As if to say, when we address God as the ultimate source, but we should also be able to realize God's real existence and real nature, so we can get realization of God positive connection, and we will know what precise way we can align with God's ultimate power, which is beyond super light nature in any way. But no words we can find to fit to describe really the ultimate source. So we'll just use super light nature of life, but we'll just say for sake of easier understanding, so we use super light nature of life or power.
GM, just another question.
Yes.
Is she or the Divine Infinita Goddess, is she one and the same as the what they call the Holy Spirit, or is she a different being altogether?
There are many spirits. In fact, if you use the principle written in the Bible, there are spirits described into fire as well. Just like tongues of fire, person having that spirits talk words according to what the Holy Spirit would like them to talk. So this Divine Holy Infinita is source of energy, and as well as also with the Holy Spirit. Divine Holy Infinita, the source of life, source of everything, light, forgiveness, power, which is the equilibrium of ultimate source, a devouring fire described in the Bible and the histories of many people describing ultimate source. The balance of this is the Divine Holy Infinita, wherein spirits, the Holy Spirit's energies with consciousness are already there, included in the Divine Holy Infinita.
So, last question.
Yes.
Is it then safe to call them as Mother, Father, God?
Yes, so long as you can connect your consciousness to what you meant for Almighty. Because divine connections of those names, especially when you are going to connect your consciousness, energy, light, and life, when you address such name to the angels of Supreme Light. Because now the angels of Supreme Light are transmitting their light, bridging their light for people that would like to connect. But until such the point in time, the people will know the super light name of true infinita.
GM, it's me, Crystal here. To be specific, what is the ultimate truth that you really mean here?
Okay, because now believers of God's waiting for final deliverance, while many people prophesied events that will come to happen on earth. Many prophecies are happening from time to time, and people in the field of inner research cannot deny the facts. What's going on now in the planet are already said in the past. So many of ancient prophecies are fulfilling. Tribulation mentioned in Revelations. By the way, the meaning of all of this, we could say, because people are thinking about the end of time coming up soon. So the earth now is on its phase of concluding revolution of higher ascension until it will finally ascend into the supreme, infinite cosmic family of light. Here we take note of message from the angels of supreme light, where life and this planet will ascend. It is into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. Now the good and evil are working to implement their plans to achieve their goals, as they are meant realization for all the children of light, for all children of the Holy Infinita, where to really ascend life and where to connect life, so not to be stumbled in darkness side, but successfully ascend life into the supreme, infinite cosmic family of light. Crystal.
Yes, GM, yeah, of course, light workers in the light working community are so confused with so much disinformation and misinformation. We're just going around. We're so lucky to have you to, reveal the truth at long last. Well, does it mean, GM, having said what you said, does it mean that this is really the end of time that is coming up soon?
We are now on these activities where we experience now what's going on around the world. So, but we cannot conclude by our very own human capacity that this could be the ending of time. But if we are going to look at prophecies now fulfilling, and of course, I will use the message of the angels of supreme light. They used me to invite all those guys to open up their hearts, especially the message of the Divine Holy Infinita, that she is inviting all her children for the final arrangement of life, for the final ascension. So, I would say, now is really time. What are those things predicted by prophets in the past are fulfilling now? So the time now is ending. Old era we're in now. We are going to enter into a new phase of reality, which is more higher and expanded when it comes to the reality of advanced universe. So now the divine intervention is ready to be experienced by the entire children of light in earth as divine supreme master of wisdom, Akada star. People call him Christ, Buddha, Yahweh, Jehovah, or whatever name you describe God, is partly giving his super light identity and his length in the angelic realms. Now, through the art of life 172, there release lightship contacts and connections, angels of the circumant, so that anyone who will respond this highest heaven's call can successfully ascend life into the supreme source.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Just now you were saying partly giving his super light identity. What do you mean by that?
Okay, it means no one yet truly ever know God's real name in the supreme governance of infinite cosmic family of light. As if now people on earth are waiting for the end of time and aiming to be with God because everyone would like to be united with God. But such is a big dream and a big question, how? In fact, people said God is a consuming fire, a devouring fire. We can take the example of the son of Aaron mentioned in the Bible. I think that was chapter 10, verse 1 to 3. So we'll just borrow for the sake of the people believing in the narration of the Holy Scripture. It was there said that two sons of Aaron took either of them his censer and put fire therein and put incense thereon, then offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. Then what happened? Fire went out from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. So that means to say, they die by their faith. They offered prayers or they offered incense to the Lord for more security or for safety, but instead they died. They died because they did not comply the instruction of sanctification, the proper way of cleansing, shielding, and aligning of energy to the advanced energy of the Lord. But they violated the lessons of sanctification, so fire went out from the Lord and destroyed them. So this is now the message of the angels of supreme light, that we should have realization, the proper realization how we can arrange our life for the final day, for the final unveiling. And this is also a very vital lessons for people now arranging their life for final ascension that will come in this planet. Because whether we like it or not, this planet will ascend into the higher density of light. In fact, energies now are really expanding. There is now the revolution of energy, wherein everyone that will perceive this energy will really notice the change of energy now in the world and the surroundings. So this meant that energy is really working in the planet. However, the people are not opening their inner awareness, so they did not perceive change of energy now around the world. So that's why the message of the angels of supreme light is awareness, to wake up spiritual understanding, because that's such meant activations of advanced energies wherein the people will realize their lessons in life and can see things right, how to really prepare life for the final ascension. Crystal.
Oh, GM, you said, God is a consuming fire, super light. So who will be saved in the final days when even God is a consuming fire?
Of course, those people that will align and will apply a system given now, how people can arrange life for the final ascension of life into the supreme light. But of course, we will make it clear that the ascension of this light, the final ascension. So the phase for final ascension is final revelations of the supreme light. So now we can see light ship in the skies, then the people may call it unidentified flying objects. But I had explained this already, that when we speak of UFOs and unidentified flying objects, that possibility, what we will see in the skies may just airplanes or anything made up of metallic material. So we cannot assure those are just made up of metallic materials from the third dimensions, an airplane or anything, satellites. So now we are speaking about light ship which is not made up of metallic materials. So, but this is partial revelation, because the angels of supreme light on their real nature aren't yet revealing their true identity. That's why they appeared in the skies in light ship forms. But until such the point in time that these angels of supreme light will reveal themselves not in light ship forms, but their real super light nature, then that will be the final illustrations of the real nature of what people describe as God. So we cannot really change God's nature, which is brighter than the light of the sun, super light. And as God's love His children, so God give us lessons through the angels' light ship contacts and connections released by the angels of supreme light. I call this our light, so we can truly abide God's light. Only there are lessons for all the children of earth to do, for all children in carbon-based life foundation. Because as I said, all carbon-based life foundation cannot sustain consuming fire of the true ultimate source, which is far brighter than light of the sun. So even the fire here on earth, the carbon-based life foundation cannot survive. So no person can survive fire when it comes to touching fire. So the physical body will be ruined. So how much more when it comes to the superlight nature of the ultimate source? So this will rationalize the principle of deeds and actions in getting back into the light of the true God.
Yeah.
Crystal.
GM, is there really an absolute need for the teachers of the Art of Life 1 to 72? Especially when you're saying that you're looking for the 24 teachers of the Art of Life 1 to 72.
Of course, anyway, this will depend. But when people would like to have good harvest, so many friends, brothers, and sisters can ascend into supreme light. So there should be necessity for teachers of the Art of Life 172. But of course, if the people will have their choice to ignore call for life, for ultimate ascension into the supreme light, so there will be no need for the teachers of the Art of Life 172. Well, when others are saying, no matter how difficult things look, some will assure everyone that man has everything under control. Tragically, such assurances will do nothing but provide a false sense of security, leading people to foolishly continue to trust in human ability rather than in the supreme source of light. Now, I would say because so many people will argue this information when I said there is the necessity for the 24 teachers of the Art of Life 172. So, how many millions of people will argue with this information? In fact, I had experienced this here in the Philippines. When I said that there is Lightship initiation, people will not agree with that. Because, of course, so many systems now released in the planet. And this release of the angels from supreme light is just very new for their understanding. So, many will really argue. So, we will just see how this unveiling will also be understood in each one's heart. Crystal.
Yeah, GM. So, as you said just now earlier, that somehow the planet's final ascension will still occur. And do you mean ascension of the planet will ascend without the people aligning into it?
Of course, because the angels will ascend this planet, whether the people will align advanced energy or not. Now, we can see prophecies given in ancient time are fulfilling. Then, as I said, people will accept reality or ignore, but things are really happening now. In fact, increasing nuclear threat remarks the possible cause of global disaster by man-made weapons of mass destructions. So we cannot avoid that if that will also cause tribulation. Of course, that will be meant a big tribulations for people on earth. Experts generally agree that of all possible means of destroying the entire humanity, nuclear weapons, calamities, and many catastrophic events. So now we can say the message is really giving us chance how we can arrange life for final ascension. Because whether we like it or not, this planet will ascend. Now, so much negativities around the world, wherein the planet is demanding its equilibrium. So, while the energy is expanding, then the people are not expanding their energies. So, there is imbalance. But, of course, this planet will ascend into the supreme light. Because not only human beings are inhabiting this planet, but there are other lives as well needing to ascend into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. So that's why in this revelations of the angels of supreme light, included in these revelations are lessons for people to realize. So that's why activations of advanced energies and connections with the advanced elemental dimension, or the lives associated with nature, and the activations of the people's advanced connections with the angelic kingdom. Crystal.
Yeah, GM. Okay, the next question is, what do you really mean by light ship contacts and activations?
Okay, the light ship contacts and activations, the people would activate their connections to the angels of supreme light, because now the angels are appearing in the skies in light ship form. So the people having supposedly strong and powerful connection with the angels, but without the light ship contacts and connections released by these angels to facilitate connections of the people with angelic kingdom. So the activation also of these advanced energies with the angelic kingdom vested in the person would be also very gradual or very slow. Whereas using the angels' light ship contacts and connections, it will speed up opening of advanced energies, affording quick realization of the soul, using the angels' light ship contacts and connections. Crystal.
GM, I got one last question before we break off at the first hour. Okay, because we got 4 minutes. Does activation of advanced connection is what is all needed by a person in order to ascend life? What about doing good and following the laws of God that is ever taught by preachers?
Yes, doing good is always the requirements for a person for final realization. But without following precise guidance, as if I had mentioned happened to the sons of Aaron, violated proper protocol of offering incense to God. So they were devoured by fire. So they died instead. Now, the highest goal for life is to get back into the equilibrium of life. And without respecting this ultimate law of equilibrium, everything will fall. So whatever doing good deeds, relationship to the ultimate, but without ability to balance all these things, so everything, as I said, will fall. So when the world now populated with all people thinking they are doing good and fulfilling the laws of God, but in the first place, they do not respect the universal law of equilibrium. So their laws invoked in life will never work in them. Whatever deeds they would say, but of course, that is why it is necessary thing now to ask what is really God in the real sense. And this question will incline a big task to finally get the right answer in order to realize what final job a person must do in life to know ultimate source. So this is now the entire teaching of the revelations of angels of supreme light, to realize the ultimate source. And of course, it will always incorporate doing good actions to establish powerful relationship with the ultimate source.
Gosh, that is so true. GM, we need to take a break because we are coming to the end of the first hour. Yeah, okay. You may need to do a party break here, folks. And listeners, tune in again later. I mean, do come back. Don't go away. We just need a 5-minute break. That's it. And we'll be back. Thank you, GM.
You're welcome.
Take us away, Dave.
Spirit Radio. This is Dave from the Wolf's Den Studio saying welcome to Wolf Spirit Radio. Wolf Spirit Radio is totally listener supported by folks like you who choose to help us stay on the air and grow.
Welcome back to the second hour of the True Ascension series.
Hello, welcome back, listeners. So we had our party break, and we are back with you. Well, listeners, I need to remind you that we have our Saturday shows at Wolf Spirit Radio every second and fourth Saturday of the month at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Don't forget, you can tune in every second and fourth Saturday of the month at 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Except for today, and we're on the first Saturday because I messed up.
We're not. Okay, we also have our Art of Life and the Pathway to True Ascension through the Supreme Superlight Angels Forum every Thursday, same time, where we truth seekers are eagerly asking our beloved Grandmaster Pyram very deep spiritual questions about Ascension life, because GM is always present there. Saturday and Thursday, right? You may join us if you would just email Jan at Adrian. This email address is adrian@innocenceinnovations.com to participate. Adrian, ADRIAN at Innocence, INNERSENSE Innovations, INNOVATIONS.com. It's one word, innocenceinnovations.com. Okay? And do go to our website and browse every page if you can, because GM has very, very precious gems there revealed to you through the website. All right, folks. Now, are you ready for more questions? Oh, yes, it's the second hour, right? Now, I am going to open the lines for callers, for questions. Right. If you're in the U.S. or anywhere where you can call the U.S. number, 077-565-7973. Call this number and you'll be able to ask GM Pyram Solom the questions that you've always wanted to ask. And he will give you the answers. Oh, you could Skype. You could Skype Dave Corso at wolfspirit.switchboard. This is his Skype ID, Wolf. WOLFSPIRIT, Wolf Spirit, one word, .switchboard, SWITCHBOARD. Okay, listeners, we are ready for you. Call in. Do we have any callers? All right. Okay, while you are calling in and making the call, my beloved brother Jan would like to ask his questions.
Okay, yes, this question I have in mind, I've been longing to ask GM, okay? GM, if you're going to worship this Supreme Superlight Angels, okay? And for instance, if you call Archangel Michael, what's the difference if you know their superlight names as opposed to not knowing their superlight names if you worship these beings?
It's big different when you know the superlight name, because when you know the superlight name of Archangel Michael or Jesus Christ or God, it's like contacting very specific person where you have direct dial to the person that you would like to contact. So when it comes to the name of true superlight Archangel Michael, so you will be reaching your communication right away.
So you mean to say that most likely you will be heard or your prayers will be answered because of this direct dialing thing with them by using their superlight name?
Definitely, you will be heard right away. But when it comes to be answered right away, that will depend because now the message of the angels of supreme light is really fulfilling the lessons in life, and there's no exemption with that. We have to fulfill our noblest reasons in life. That's why lessons now is released. Light of contacts and connections, or the art of spiritual self-defense, is always the principle of spiritual martial arts, the toppling down of the human weaknesses. And we are now aided with the angel's presence. So the trials now in life in the world is so much. That's why this world is very tricky and always unkind to everybody, whether you are rich or poor. Then without divine intervention, so it's very difficult to overcome the trials in life. They will not anymore story or matter of whether we have wealth or no wealth, but so long as without support or without divine intervention from highest source, it's very difficult to overcome the trials in life, because this planet now is really overwhelmed with much negative energies and really disturbing or destroying the balance of life. So knowing sacred names, which is also the very sacred names of the true God, will really make the difference, especially on your communication with God.
So in other words, we're making it more personal, and it's like talking to your own parents, something in that nature?
Yes, that is why it's the lesson to know secret of the advanced universe. And with that, you will not be misled. Because nowadays are so many deceitful spirits and their mission to mislead people.
So you will never be wrong when you use the Supreme Superlight name of a being to call upon that being for help or for assistance. And you are assured that the true being will answer you, or rather just a false spirit would assume that name and would answer you.
When you know the name of the true Superlight Archangel, especially Michael, the name is very powerful. It will screen or block all negative spirits to get the line of your contacts. So meaning you will not be misled, because false spirits cannot ruin your communications with the angels of supreme light, because you know the precise name of that angel. So there is a specific address wherein your communication will not be misled. It will go directly.
Oh, that's highly reassuring. Yeah, that's wonderful. And I have a question regarding those, because during our Thursday forum, you also talk about the initiation, you know, and because I was really quite surprised that this wonderful knowledge that you have taught us concerning the initiation. And is it true that the initiation is the one that will activate the gathering of your 9 connected bodies?
Yes, that is definitely true, because the activations of advanced energies, it cannot be activated properly without resorting your highest connections with the angelic kingdom. So even, in fact, I can give this as an example. When you are an energy healer, you do energy healing to a patient without you having powerful shielding. So you have no protection. Then you will be contaminated with negative energies that will vibrate from your patient having negative energies that you want to heal. Then you use shielding by projecting colors as your shielding, the blue colors or violet flame colors. But that is not enough, because masters of negative psychic attacks or psychic attackers who had mastered art of advanced system of inducing negative energies, will know how to harm you. So that's why now the latest update from the angels of Supreme Light is we need not to project blue flame, violet flame to shield up, but directly to the spiritual energy stations of the angels of Supreme Light. Because such will work out 24 hours a day. So meaning the entire house you will be protected. Whereas if you project colors to shield up your body, then what about you are sleeping? You cannot project those because you feel tired. So that's dangerous. Now, the Angels of Supreme Light is giving this latest update for a very powerful shielding for all energy healers. So this is very different. So that's why I am sharing this information as this is being inspired and told to me by Supreme Master of Wisdom Akara Star, likewise with the Divine Infinita. Update.
Yeah, and concerning about the initiation, you mean to say that if I do the first initiation, your first connected body will be integrated into your physical body? Does it go? Go like that, or is there other mechanisms?
The angels. Yeah, okay. The angels of Supreme Light told me to perform this system of lightship initiation because they said that in the first initiation they are going to activate the person's connections with the first angelic rim, which is the angelic rim of the Supreme Light. So it will also correspond with the first activation of your light body to be connected with you. There are so many things wherein we cannot talk here, but will really happen when you undergo the lightship initiation. This lightship initiation, it is as if putting you into your advanced connections of the Supreme Source or Supreme Light. And this is very special because, I would say special because the angels by themselves, their presence in the skies will appear. And I'm not the one that will say you passed the lightship initiation because it's not my jurisdiction to say you passed. I let you pass the initiation because the angels of Supreme Light, they will give the signal. They will appear in the skies, visible with your naked eyes in the sky. So that's why there is a question to be asked during the lightship initiation. Such question, say, where is the presence of the angels of Supreme Light? Then first, when you say it is in the sky, then they will appear in the skies. So then, with that, when you can see the lightship in the skies, then it is visible not just by your eyes, but with the eyes of the rest people present on the site. So you will pass the lightship initiation. So when it comes to the significance or vitality with that lightship initiation, I would say that is so vital because the angels of Supreme Light said that is really necessary for a person for final arrangement of life into the final ascension of life into the Supreme Source.
So, in other words, if each level of initiation will grant new upgrades, okay, let's
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
to the individual. And does it get easier or does it get more difficult each time?
No, I think based in actual experience, to pass the lightship initiations as I observe, it always depends on the heart of the people submitting themselves for lightship initiations. Then I noticed every lightship initiation, those that pass lightship initiation, were those people really having sincere aim to pass the lightship initiation. So they had opened up their hearts. Then we can see their face. They are really sincere. What they did in the site during the lightship initiation were so much full of love and sincerity that they want to know the truth. They want to connect angels of Supreme Light. So even those during cloudy times, then the angels will really appear in the skies. So they had passed the lightship initiation.
Yes, and what would happen if you finally gather all of your 9 connected bodies? Is this would it make you a superhuman, or or what would happen to you if you had all of your connected bodies?
You will become more than Superman. Yes, that is true, because people who had completed their 9 connected bodies, they are in and out from this dimension into advanced dimension. So they are in and out. Only the people in field of materiality, we'll just say in the material world, do not realize and do not even recognize those people having such kind of advanced connections. So that's why when I said Bill Handrim body, then there is an example of a Bill Handrim body, light body, which we put his photo at Facebook. So when I speak of Bill Handrim, that is super light body, but not a kind of a devouring fire body. So it's Bill Handrim. So those came from the advanced dimension. So that's why when we speak of ultimate truth that is absolute. But when we speak of many truth, so many truth, as if so many Archangel Michael, so many Christs, so many Archangel Raphael, so many kinds of angels. Then, but when it comes to the ultimate, that is different, because that is absolute. Then the union of the absolute is called the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. Then we had this said before, then the supreme council of Ikis Unifornalis.
GM, it's me, Crystal. I have some questions.
Yes.
GM, you were saying, okay, the angels, they are like Archangel Michael. His real name is Akadasta. What about the other archangels' names that are so commonly known by light workers and others, like Archangel Metatron, Gabriel, Ariel, Raphael? I mean, do they have their own real names, or do we go by these names?
Every archangel, angelus has super light name, but it's different when you know the super light name, because you can create a very powerful contacts or communications with the angels of supreme light. So that's why people in field of spiritual research, especially guys coming in our side, they wonder why in the side there are really angels of supreme light, and wherever we go, even not in our side, then we do the exercises of the Art of Life 172. Then angels appear in the skies in lightship form. So they wonder why these angels appeared in the sky, but then in their part, when they were doing also the exercises with their own, they did not see the angels appear in the skies in lightship form. So it's different. So the answer with that is, just because we had done our lessons, they're given lessons that we had to fulfill. So we had done their lessons, so we passed those initiations. That's the reason also why, because we know their secret names, super light names.
Wow.
And that will be happen also in anyone, because as we go along with the angels of supreme light, lightship initiations, when you pass the lightship initiation, if you intend to ask what's the super light name, so we can provide, because they give us authority to tell their super light name upon they're allowed to release. Just like, for example, Archangel Gabriel has super light name. In fact, in our site, we created statue of Archangel Gabriel. Then he has his super light name.
What's the super light?
We cannot say. We cannot say it.
Sorry,
here.
Jim.
It's okay.
GM, so you
Yes.
were talking about the activations, the 9-body. Jan was asking you all these questions about the 9-body activations. Now, has it got? It's I'm sure it's something to do with the 12-strand DNA that people are talking about, activating the 12-strand DNA. Would you like to explain the difference? I mean, how does it go into the equation here?
Okay, there are 101 different techniques of activation from the angels of the Supreme Light, but we'll just go with the direct. So when the person would like to be activated, so they are easier techniques. So we can cite an example, just like if you want to activate your advanced connections with the angels of Supreme Light, you will get ability to in and out from these dimensions and into the other dimensions, advanced dimensions. With your physical body, you will activate all your instincts and powers in that body, so you can transform that body into light body without losing your physical body, not astral travel, but with your physical body. You can go to Belhantum through the sacred portals. Then the process is just an easy process when you apply the technique. All you have to do is eradicate all your rotting from food you eat in this third dimension. But where you are going to do that, you find the sacred portal so that you will survive, because reading off food that you eat from this third dimension, 9 days, for example, you do not eat, so you will die without the energy that will insulate your energy body from the sacred portal. But if you will know or become familiar with the sacred portal, you can do it. Then it will be an easier way. Then with that, you will see how dark, because inside the cave is very dark. Then with that, once you cleanse up those connections from your rotting on the third dimension, you can see how dark will turn to light, and you will see the invisible world, which by human capacity of connections cannot really attain. But with that, because you are reading off your rotting from the third dimension's connections by the food you eat, so you will see light. So then that's also the time that you can pass through the portal, because you can activate the portals. The quickest way of activating your DNA.
So carry on. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. But that's just an interesting lessons. Now, all the lessons are released by the angels of Supreme Light, because maybe that's because that the timeline is really short, and it needs the persons to at least speed up their aim to finally ascend.
Yeah. GM, you mean to say even those who had not cleared their karmic debts, okay, those who had had been really bad, they can still have their activations done when they go into the caves and follow all these exercises and go in there and fast in the caves. They're still able to activate their 9 bodies.
Yes, why not? Yes, why not? This will rationalize what Christ said, that do not judge, so that you will not be judged. So even we'll say the person is very bad, then he would like to rectify or repent his or her wrongdoing done in life. Then karma is just color. Then if they will know the fountain of life in the Belhantum, so they can just swim there and cleanse up all those colors of negative vibrations of all those karmas. So that's why the illusions in this planet are colors. Then without the people realizing those colors, they will be dwelling life in the colors of karma. We could say eternally. Because until such point in time when they will accept the advanced truth of the advanced universe, such also time that they will be finally solved or finally be freed from bondage of the karma. So that's why it's just a matter of choice, wherein free will aspect of a person is always respected. The illustration of the law of equilibrium. Really, because no one will compel a person to really go there and to really do your fasting and find the sacred portals, but it's just a free will choice. So this is why now the lessons are all released by the angels of Supreme Light. So that's why people in the esoteric science revealed to the few but hidden to the many, The time now has come that all those really hidden would be revealed, because the angels now are revealing their real nature. And when the final unveiling, that is also the first ascension of this planet into the fifth, or into beyond that fifth dimension, because people are talking about fifth dimension. But then I would say this is another terminology, but this is to describe the kind of the city of light we're in, into the endless city of light, into the supreme darkness of the infinite cosmic family of light. It is not just in this planet, but of the entire cosmos. That's why I said, if you notice, oneness with all the stars, oneness with all the lights, because all the stars are portals, and as well as all the planets are portals into the oneness with all the lights. That's why, going back to the message of the Divine Supreme Infinita, she told me to invite all her children to realize, and how they can realize, only by accepting divine interventions of the angels of supreme light. So again, only by accepting the divine interventions of the angels of supreme light, because the angels of supreme light, they can open, and once the door is open, no one can really close, and they can also close, and once the door is closed, no one can really in earth can open. So it's just an opportunity for everyone to know angels of supreme light, and the message now of the divine mother of all the mothers. Some people call them Divine Mother Isis, Divine Mother Sophia, Divine Mother Mary. No, the message, her message is to call all her children to first realize the true mothering of all life in this planet, to ascend into the supreme source of light. So how? To unite in the place, to realize the presence of divine intervention, because this divine intervention will not be experienced by many souls in earth without opening of the human understanding, because there are always two kinds of understanding every person has: the spiritual understanding and the human understanding. And this thing that we are talking now are things shared by the angels, by the divine spirit, that we are going to discern spiritual things, and then that the human understanding, on the other hand, will not really accept teachings of inner truth, because by human understanding, those are all foolish teaching. So that's the difference. That's why so many people are despising wisdom, because they rationalize those things and many things pertaining to spiritual knowledge, pertaining to sacred things, as foolish matter, foolish things, because they are using their human perception. So that's why in the special revelations of the angels of supreme light, it's just not an information that we are sharing with all the friends, brothers, and sisters, but there is corresponding lesson. Then it's for free. Then the people also, this is also one thing that the people having a very wrong notion, because likewise here in the Philippines, we are doing here light service, wherein we are helping the friends, brothers, and sisters from different places in the region through radio broadcast. Then the people heard the radio broadcast, then they are doubtful with the information. They thought that we are doing business without them knowing that we are paying time for radio, using our money. We did not ask any donation from the listeners. Then we had to take out the radio show because so much expensive for the radio. Then many of them were so sad because they said that they were healed with the radio show, healing divine transmissions of the angels of supreme light. So what we did, okay, so let's go with this radio show. Then we did not ask money from that. Then, of course, for things that we are doing, just like, for example, friends outside the country, then they need also that one, the Ascension tool that we had. So supposedly, if friends from outside the country, when they are in our site, everything they can get. Then we do not require, okay, you have to pay for this with that amount because we are not selling. But all what we are doing are our spiritual discipline, the exchange of energies. But if we have to thank all of these things, especially for the message of the Father Infinita, she said to me, arrange this site. Then there are so many opportunities that I could build up the site because of connections that they can really build up the site. For example, the buildings for the site. But my divine guides, and especially Holy Infinita, said, let the hearts of the people that can arise things there wherein they are going to gather for the final unveiling. So that means to say, it must come always from the heart of the person. So that's why in these activities that we are doing now, it's all by the love of the heart. So no business at all, but by the love of the heart. So that's why in our side, I would always say to the French brothers and sisters that are coming in the side, here we'll stand, because the message of the Supreme Master Star, he said to me while he appeared to me from the skies, descend to earth, then every trees bow down before him. Then every creature bow down before him. Then he said to me, in this sight will stand the true light that can let the sun, moon, and stars dance. Then early in the morning, I watched the mountain where the sun will rise early in the morning. Then I saw that the sun did really dance. So his message was real, true, and many things that are now happening. So that's why the message I always put in my heart, that in this place we really gather people to witness the sun, the moon, and the stars dance together for the final unveiling, for the final illustrations of ultimate truth. Because the truth will rise and will really rise to proclaim the victory of light in the planet. But of course, that can be done by divine interventions of the angels of supreme light. So, this is also the message for all the light workers in the world. We aim to unite the French brothers and sisters to work for the ultimate cause of light. But without the angels of supreme light, nothing will happen. No one can really fulfill the true mission of bringing victory of light for everybody without the angels of supreme light. So that's why divine intervention is really meant for everyone. But if anyone cannot really accept the ultimate truth, so nothing also will happen into the true victory of light, but individual ascension. So that's why actions will always be the basis of judgments to anyone. So meaning, God is always love, because we cannot change the real nature of God, which is beyond super light, brighter than the light of the sun. And any carbon-based life foundation that will get into that kind of light will be burnt, and we cannot change that nature anymore. Except that the ultimate source, through the angels of supreme light, are giving a system how we can align, and we will not be burnt with so much consuming fire. So, let us take this for an example. Imagine, when we workers in the world, we have an event. There are now more than 8 billion people around the world, more or less. So, when we have gatherings, for example, conventions of light workers in the world, coming from all denominations of faith, belief, cultures, then we have our oneness, wherein we gather together for love, peace, and harmony, regardless of who we are, no discrimination. Then we can see the angels of supreme light. Then, with their presence, because they give now their release lights of contacts and connections, wherein they are going to appear in the skies, then we can really speed up the realization. But of course, if we will deny the fact, then we will argue this is really the truth. Then our system is really the truth, and your system is really the truth, and their system is really the truth. We are plugging up our best opportunity to speed up our ascension into the ultimate source of life. While now the revolutions of the energies in the planet are really speeding up. So this is now a question of who is true and who is not true. Everybody can be wrong, everybody can be right. But if we will be able to discern the message of Divine Mother, of all the mothers, the Holy Infinita, the Supreme Master of Wisdom, whatever name you may call him and her, we can make big difference. Because now, whether we like it or not, things are happening. And the angels' lightship contacts and connections are already here. The children of light aren't yet all united in one cause of big and giant positive vibrations of energies that can really let the soul realize to its final cause and reasons of ultimate ascension and to the ultimate source of light. So that's why so many people invoking love, but so much troubles, so much hatred, so much even war are experiencing the planet from time to time. So the only answer with that is soul realization, the true love to the life and nature of the Divine Mother Nature with all the lights, with all the stars, and through the angels of the Supreme Light. The Divine Intervention now is ready, always ready. But the children of light aren't yet waking up to the spiritual understanding. So that's why the angels are already ready for the final divine intervention, except that the people in the earth are ready to accept divine intervention to be experienced in the entire planet. So that's why here in the Philippines there are angels of supreme light. Then anywhere in the world there are sightings, so much sightings around the world now, but different versions of cause and reasons how they are going to project the truth of ultimate light. So now we are giving this message from the Supreme Union of the Angels of Infinite Cosmic Family of Light, especially the Divine Mother of all the mothers, that we have to open up our heart wisdom and we have to get connections of the angels of Supreme Light. Crystal.
GM, that is,
Yes.
wow, so full of wisdom, GM. I am so glad that you said all that you said earlier. It cleared a lot of misconception and judgments and whatnot of light workers out there. And not only that, I mean, there are truth seekers and knowledge seekers as well. I'm sure you have set them in the right platform. By the way, listeners, our GM has been mentioning words that you've never heard before, like Belhantum Polycarum, like the Amistra universe, the Supreme Superlight Angels, Supreme Superlight Dimensions. Please go to our website, innocenceinnovations.com, to learn more about the meanings of these words and the actual spelling of the words. If you click on Sacred Revelations, you want to know more about GM, click on the teacher, Sacred Revelations, and he's written a lot of messages over the years that we have pasted there for your reading and understanding and learning. By the way, GM is the emissary from the Divine Infinite God to teach here on this planet, the surface of the planet, the Inner Study School, Sacred Spiritual Science, the ISS, SSS. This is the highest mystical school of wisdom in the Amistra universe. And if you want to know what is the Amistra universe, please go into the website, click on Sacred Revelations, and the first one, the Amistra Granam Morka, GM has written down the names of the sacred portals, the sacred universes and dimensions and all that, and read about them, please, listeners, so you will have a better understanding of what GM is saying when he mentioned, like, Belhantum Polycarum is the superlight dimension, right, GM? Would you like to say a little bit more about Belhantum Polycarum, GM?
Okay, because people are talking about Paradise, Shambhala, Agatha, Garden of Eden. So let's just say the Paradise, where people having imagination to what really Paradise is. But now we are in the revelations of ultimate source of truth, which is the ultimate power of the universe. This is the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family through the angels of the supreme light. So, it is released in this message. What is city of light? Where people are dreaming for paradise. So is the world beyond fifth dimension. The people are thinking fifth dimension, the fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension. Because the Belhantom is really the city of light. Wherein people that will go there can wash out karmic colors of life. So no more illness, no more pains and sorrows, but life really beyond words to describe. So we'll just think that that is the endless chamber for true life without any more karmic colors, so without any more pains. Crystal.
Yes, GM. We have 7 minutes left, GM. Would you like to say any last wisdom, pearls of wisdom for the listeners for this show, particularly this show,
Okay,
before we
so
end up? Yeah.
Anyway,
Unless Jan
I
has
would
got
just
anything
say,
to ask GM, Jan? Or you want GM to say what he wants to say? Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
I will just
Volunteer.
say now the message that I am carrying and sharing with you, friends, brothers and sisters, in the light of the ultimate source, we are the same. We may be all right and we may be all wrong. Because this will now matter in our side. Because the angels of Supreme Light are very firm. They are now present in these connections. Their presence become available for us to see in the skies. That's why I invited all skeptic people having so much doubt with our revelation. So make your own documentary. You can visit our site, bring all your gadgets for documentaries, then make your own and decide after you can experience the things that we are sharing with you now partially. Then if you want to go deeper with your inner research, then you can start with our lessons. We are not hiding our lessons because this is now the instructions of Mother of all the mothers to wake up all her children so that the first that can wake up will start the mothering of all life in this planet to ascend into the supreme light of the infinite cosmic family of light. So meaning it's not alone. It's not me. It's not you alone. It's not her. It's not him. But the first ones that can wake up with realization to this ultimate source then will cause the first mothering of all the life in this planet to ascend into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of life. We are not creating so much doubts to the minds and the hearts of the people because our informations are lessons to do actions. And of course, without doing actions, how can we realize? By just listening with these words without also responding with actions. Because the message now of the Supreme Light, you may call God, is we have to do our lessons to overcome our human weaknesses. And we cannot, of course, overcome our human weaknesses without divine intervention. The divine intervention now are available for anyone that will accept this light. Then, we are not going also to judge. That's why the message from the Holy Mother Infinita. The Holy Mother Infinita is the source of all the love. A love that cannot be measured. So it means also as well the forgiveness. The old source of forgiveness. Then we will not judge our friends, brothers, and sisters whether they are right or they are wrong. We will just discern what things right. Because now the final call to ascend life is given to everyone. So meaning everyone can ascend. We will just accept the ultimate truth. And our alignment with the advanced energies from the angels now of Supreme Light, bridging their light for divine intervention to be experienced with the friends, brothers, and sisters here in this plane of existence. So, this is an opportunity now. If we want to realize deeper with our information, So we will start to discern what's really message from the angels of supreme light. And to the rest, friends, brothers and sisters working the light or light workers in the world, when we are united in one big cause of light, we accept the truth of the angels of supreme light. Their lessons release the light of contacts and connections. Truly, we can make the difference. But we use our human understanding, then we will say, you are right, I am right, or I am wrong. So we cannot.
Jim, I'm so sorry to stop you there because the next show's coming up now. I got a cue from Dave
yes,
also. Yeah. So, Jim, thank you so much for sharing such wonderful messages never heard before. Now, you are listeners, we have the next show on the 27th of September, which is the 4th Saturday. Right, so every second and fourth Saturday of the month, listeners, you are listening to Crystal K of InnocenceInnovations.com, presenting the True Ascension series on Wolf Spirit Radio. Thank you.